because I lost my work truck for 3 days last week. Thank God you had the flu. I was able to drive yours.
Thank God I had the flu.
I'm saying.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
I'm saying for work purposes.
That's bullshit.
Ladies and gentlemen, after a 2-week break, the Tag Team Podcast is back. I'm your host, Anthony Tartaglione, joined with my brother, Johnny Tartaglione, and New Year's break. You got the flu. We kind of got to address where we went.
Yeah, I was on my deathbed last week, so there was no podcast. There was no Michael Jordan flu game. I couldn't perform at that level.
Well, I don't want to sit my ass right next to you when you got it. You shitting me? I don't want that shit.
Whatever that was nasty work, man. Like, I had a fever for 5 days straight. Did not get out of bed. Was coughing, shooting shit out my ass. Like, it was uncontrollably. Headache. Couldn't sleep. It was terrible. It was god-awful. The flu's just running rampant around here. I don't know what it was, but it whooped my ass. Took me out for a whole week. Our brother got it too, so obviously it was pretty contagious. And I couldn't make it to the doctor in time to get Tamiflu because I had it. I was starting to feel it Friday night, but I thought it was just because I went on a run and I was tired and I was like, God, my body's just, it's just exhausted from the whole work week, whatever. And then Friday night I got in bed. I was like, this is not good. Like, something's not right. Like, I had a small fever and I was like, okay, this is no bueno. And then Saturday, I was okay. Saturday, I had the fever, but I was up. I was doing house chores, walking around, doing some shit, being productive. I was like, all right, this is fine. I'm not that bad. Like, I don't need to go to the doctor. I'm just going to tough this thing out. And then Sunday, boom, hit me like a fucking Mack truck. I was done. I was in bed, was not making it to the doctor. And, I'm literally still tired now. And it's been almost, on Friday, it'll be 2 weeks. And tonight is Wednesday. So it's been 12 days, and I'm still feeling the effects of it.
Yeah, that's abysmal. And the fact that I didn't get it is crazy, because you and Rocco both got it.
And we were in an escape room together.
Tight corridors. I sat next to Rocco the whole car ride home. I sat next to you at dinner.
Crazy.
I was straight up exposed to that shit. Yeah. Nothing. On Wednesday, I got pretty congested. I was sore throat, but it wasn't the flu. I tested for the flu. I tested negative. I felt like shit. Johnny felt like shit.
You would have known.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't have a fever, but I was just super congested. If you guys watched the Instagram video, I was super fucking congested. But we're back now. We're healthy.
New year. NFL playoffs are underway. We missed the whole first round, so that's absolutely fantastic. We built up the whole year of NFL just to miss the first round of the playoffs.
That's your fucking fault.
Yeah, you know what? Blame the flu. Blame the flu. Like I said, I wasn't Michael Jordan. I wasn't out here performing with the flu. Didn't have my flu game.
That's okay.
But it was for the better. It was for the better, so not everybody else gets it. And, a lot of stuff has happened since we last been on the pod, but I'm excited to be on. And, let's jump back into the NFL. There's several storylines that we want to go with. We're not going to talk about last week's games too much because, like I said, we're recording this on Wednesday. We're already slated for our next set of games for next weekend. But I think we got to lead it off with the coaching carousel.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, it's ramped up dramatically since we talked. And the headline coming out today was that John Harbaugh was in the Meadowlands. He was there. He was at the Giants facility today. The Giants came out swinging. I heard reports are showing that the pitch was big and bold.
There was apparently a private jet involved. They got him into the facility, got him in the building, met with the owner, met with the Maris, and you can't let that guy out of the building. It's 7:16 when we're recording this right now on Wednesday. There's no word of a hire yet. I don't think we're going to get word of a hire.
Guess what, Johnny? You were dead wrong. So we recorded this last night. It's now the next morning. We found out the Giants got the job done. Johnny, what a horrible take. We're having to cut like 6 minutes out of this episode because Johnny proceeded to go on a rant for the next 6 minutes about how the Giants aren't going to land Harbaugh. They're not going to do it. But on the bright side, they fucking did it. It's about time that we have an established winning coach playing or coaching for the New York Football Giants. I mean, let's look at it. Let's look at our previous few coaches. Daboll, Pat Shurmur, Joe Judge, Ben McAdoo. Where's that? I mean, you're hiring them off of what? What prolific coaching career did they have before that? What kind of proven establishment had they done in the past years before they got the coaching job? Nothing. Jack shit. Now, for the first time since Tom Coughlin, we have a proven winner. We have somebody who's going to come in there day one, change the culture, make a difference. And honestly, this is probably the best day as a Giants fan that I felt since we won the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't mean to be that over the top, but I need to be over the top because head coach has been our problem. We've had a rounding carousel for years, and now Mara did it. And I know Joe Shane, as much as I wanted him fired, obviously Harbaugh likes him enough that he wants to be in the door. And now we get to see what coordinators he brings in. I'm over the moon ecstatic. I can't believe this happened. And we have life next year. I mean, look at this core that Harbaugh is getting to walk into now. He's got Dart. He's got Scattaboo. He's got Neighbors. Theo Johnson, maybe, if he can produce the same way he did for those few weeks with Jackson Dart. We got our guy, though. Now we just got to draft somebody. Carnell Tate, God, I would love to have him at number 5. So I just think that this was an incredible move by the Giants, pulled out all the stops. This was a great thing to wake up to this morning. And it sucks that we filmed the whole episode because I'd like to have Johnny with me for his reaction. You'll hear about it next week. But man, is it a good day to be a Giants fan? Is it a fantastic day to wake up and say, wow, we've got a coach, and it's not just any coach. It's John fucking Harbaugh. And he's coming into New York to make a damn difference. So we're going to get back to the episode that we filmed earlier. This is ecstatic. We couldn't leave this out of the episode at all. This was not something that we couldn't let go blind. Johnny does make a point here in a little bit about Harbaugh, which I think is true. But if you hear it for the rest of the episode, just know we filmed it before. We got this ecstatic, amazing news. And I am over the moon. And I know Johnny is too. I talked to him this morning. It's just a beautiful day to be a Giants fan. You know, it's a beautiful day. And let's go Giants. Can't wait for week 1. I wish it was week 1 tomorrow.
And I don't blame Harbaugh. Why would you take he's going to get this from every team that has a coaching opportunity. He's going to get catered to because he's the top guy on the market. He was with a successful Ravens organization forever, won a Super Bowl, and is always a coach that's in the mix. His teams are in the mix every single year. And while it was a disappointing end, I think the message just wasn't getting through to the players, which is typically what happens. But if you're the Giants fan, you cannot let him go.
He's 1-1. And they're pulled off the top. They had Tom Coughlin in there today. They had Eli Manning in there today. They picked him up, took him to lunch, like you said on the
They apparently said Brian Daboll was calling, praising about Jackson Dart. And then people were memeing around like, get Daboll back in there as the OC. And that's just would be an absolute
that'd be an atrocity. But, I mean, you can't let this guy, like you said, you can't let this guy walk out the building. He's obviously option number 1. He's option number 1 for every team. But, God, the Giants, in my opinion, I know you can argue the Titans have the best situation to walk into. But when you look at the grand scheme of things, the Titans' job security, if you're a coach, especially for somebody who's Harbaugh, who's been in the league, who's had his job for the last 19 seasons?
I think since 2007.
Yeah, so 18, 19 seasons. He's had his job forever. What the Giants are, up until the last recent years, because we've been a fucking disaster with some stupid-ass GMs, is probably the most...
still have a stupid-ass GM, by the way.
Is probably the most secure position to get yourself into.
Well, we have the franchise quarterback, supposedly. We have a number 1 wide receiver. We have a good running back. We have a good left tackle.
We have the 5th pick in the draft that he'll get say in.
Fifth pick in the draft, which should have been number 1 or number 2, but we won't talk about that because we're really stupid. One of the best defensive tackles in the league. Good edge rushers. And there's a foundation there. There really is. There's a foundation. We know as Giants fans, we've been saying it for years, we need competent coaching and we need a competent front office to come in, run the organization as directed, as any good franchise who makes the playoffs or is, I would say, competitive on the field is what we need. That's what we're lacking. Because right now, we're run as a high school organization. No direction. Front office is a dumpster fire. We can't lose when we need to lose. We don't make terrible draft picks, but we don't make great draft picks deep. We make poor decisions such as extending Daniel Jones for long periods of time, letting guys walk out the building like Xavier McKinney, who's become one of the best safeties in the league. And yeah, the whole organization has just been dysfunctional since we walked off beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl back in 2012. And we need this. Well, that's the other big news that we got yesterday was Mike Tomlin stepping down.
Step down.
That's huge news.
But there's a caveat. You got to trade for him. He's still under contract with Pittsburgh. You can't. They did not fire him. So in order for Mike Tomlin to coach next year, they have to. Somebody has to send a pick or something. Like when
Somebody will do it.
Like when Sean Payton was traded to the Broncos.
Yes.
It's the same shit. It'll probably be a second or a third round, which is an important draft pick. But
You're telling me somebody won't do that for Mike Tomlin?
It's Mike Tomlin. So we're kind of in a weird situation here where, yes, Mike Tomlin may want to coach next year. We don't know. We still don't know what his decision is. I think he's going to take a couple weeks. But also, here's the thing. All these teams right now are grinding at the bit to try and get their guy because nobody signed yet. There has not been one signing. And I think once one coach decides to take a job, the dominoes are going to fall.
Of course. But I also think, like you said with Tomlin, it might be a situation where he decides to take the year off, do some studio work, or maybe coach under, I guess he can't coach, but I guess do something football-related in the next year, kind of similar to what Mike Vrabel did. Took the year off, regrouped, and then come back and coach another team the year after next. But you're right. It's going to be a domino effect. Once all these teams who are in the period in which they can hire a coach, I believe the Giants are actually the only team that could hire a coach right now.
Yes.
I don't know why that is.
Has something to do with when we fired Dable. No, because the Titans fired their coach before.
I'm not sure what the rule is, but they're going to go quick. And like I said, the Giants had Harbaugh in the building, can't let him go. But these guys, Harbaugh, Stefanski, those are the top two guys, and they're going to go quick.
Yeah.
And then obviously all these coordinators who are on playoff teams right now that are available to start interviewing during the divisional round are going to get looks as well.
So you got Steelers, Giants, Dolphins, Browns, Raiders,
Titans,
Ravens, Titans, Falcons, and Cardinals. That's nine openings.
Yeah.
You're telling me
that's a quarter of the league.
You're telling me it's nearly a third.
It's over. Yeah, it's almost a third of the league.
You're telling me when it comes down to it that the Giants don't have the best situation to step into. I mean, Pittsburgh, yes. Baltimore, yes. Those options are there.
Baltimore is the best situation to step into. You got an MVP quarterback there. That's what you got. You got Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry's probably walking out the door.
You can make running back work. That's obviously established in this league that you can make the running back position work. You could draft one in the 4th round like the Giants did. You could sign a veteran in the offseason like the Eagles did with Barkley. Like there's guys out there, there's guys who can fill that position. Who knows what Derrick Henry's going to do? I don't think it matters. If you're the Ravens, if you're looking for a job, the Ravens are the ticket. You got Lamar Jackson. I don't care what anybody else says.
So when you look at it, though, our saving grace is that John Harbaugh just got fired from there. So he's
no shit, asshole. Thank you very much.
But what I'm trying to say is that when it comes down to it, Harbaugh's looking at his options. Let's go into the mind of John Harbaugh. What is a better option? He wants Cam Ward.
Well, we just talked about Harbaugh. I mean, everybody's going to be chomping at the bit to get him. And there are other decent options. And yeah, look, the Titans are a fresh start. You're coaching in Nashville, which is a cool place to live. And you got your franchise quarterback, Cam Ward, who showed some stuff near the end of the year. You have a decent amount of cap space. You have the high pick, right?
Yeah.
So that's always enticing for a coach. And let's face it, anyone who goes to coach the Titans, what kind of pressure do you have as the Titans head coach? Nothing. You're not stepping in to the Tennessee Titans organization and be like, hey, we need a Super Bowl in the next 2 years. Like, no, it's not happening. You're going to have your time there to build your structure, to build your organization. I feel like teams like the Giants, teams like the Ravens, teams such as the Steelers, you have a shorter leash because that talent is there. That organizational picture as a whole having such a big fan base and having standards for such a long time, even though the Giants have been dog shit for over a decade. But the pressure is more built up. Playing in New York, coaching in New York is way more stressful than it is coaching in Tennessee. And that's just how it is at the end of the day. And John Harbaugh is a little bit older. He's in his mid-60s. That could definitely mean something compared to coaching in New York.
He'd want to go to a warmer climate like Miami or...
And I was about to say,
Nashville.
Miami's another good ticket. Miami doesn't have the quarterback position figured out, so that's not enticing at all. But you get to live in Miami. You get to live in fucking Miami.
Yeah.
You get to coach football in Miami. And obviously the standards aren't very high either because Mike McDaniel kept his job for so long after, for 4 years after being very subpar for the past 2 seasons and getting absolutely mollywopped in the playoffs every time they made it.
Do you think let's talk about Mike McDaniel for a second. Do you think he's going to come back as a head coach this year? I mean, the Browns have obviously interviewed him, so
I don't think so.
There's that intrigue there. But you got to look at the coordinator positions that are available right now. You got the Philadelphia Eagles. You can't tell me that's not a fucking awesome job to have.
Yeah. And
the Detroit Lions, that's an awesome job to have.
Mike McDaniel is going back as a coordinator. He is. He's not going to go back as a head coach right away. I don't think so, just because he doesn't give off the leader of men that you need as an NFL coach. He doesn't give off the leader of an organization that you have to have. And he was very good as an offensive coordinator. That's why he got a job as a head coach. So I think he's going to kind of transition back into that role for a year or two, play it out, build up his reputation once again. Although with Miami, he was dealing with kind of a subpar roster, and he had Tua as his quarterback for all these seasons, which really sucks. But like you said, there's prominent offensive coordinator roles out there, being the Lions, being the Eagles. I think the Commanders just hired somebody, but even still,
they did just hire somebody.
There is jobs out there that you have your pick of the litter. I'm actually afraid Daboll is going to go to a team like the Eagles, and that's really going to fucking suck because
I would love to see Brian Daboll in Detroit. I don't know.
Yeah, that would.
I don't know how Detroit.
I think Daboll is definitely going to get a job as an OC somewhere as well. But the coaching carousel is just absolutely ridiculous this year. So, I mean, have we ever had this many head coaching positions open at one time? I don't think we have.
I don't know. You'd have to look it up.
I mean, 9 teams is a lot of teams. That's insane to me. That's crazy. Not to mention, I mean, there was words of LaFleur being on the hot seat. I said that really weird. But the Packers coach being on the hot seat as well after this performance. So, who knows? We could be adding one more to the mix. Tomlin stepping down was absolutely wild yesterday.
I couldn't believe it.
I mean, they got smoked on Monday night by Houston, but still.
Their relationship, it's just like, if you're a Steelers fan, it's like, how many times are we going to do this? How many times am I going to watch us make the playoffs, be just over 500, make the playoffs, and lose in the first round?
Yeah, it is. It's
last 5 times.
It's the same bullshit.
At some point, yes, it's success. Don't get me wrong.
They lost 7 playoff games in a row.
Yeah. Success is great, but you're not reaching the next level. There is no, the Jaguars have won a playoff game before Pittsburgh has. And this is the Jaguars of old. This is the dog shit Jaguars. This is the fucking Blake Bortles Jaguars back from 2018. So it's like, where are you going to go from here? You have to do something. You have to change something. And Aaron Rodgers is out the door. I mean, I don't see a picture of him coming back.
No, I mean,
so then what's next for Pittsburgh? You got to ask yourself that question.
And there's a lot of teams that need coaches and a lot of teams that need quarterbacks next year.
And here's the problem. The draft just got a little bit less. Just got a little bit lighter. The class just got actually a whole hell of a lot lighter. And this is the point I wanted to make earlier. I brought up the Jets and why they're a joke of a franchise. Dante Moore today decided, which is the Oregon Ducks quarterback, that he's going back to school.
The projected number 2 pick.
The projected number 2 pick in the draft. Decided he's going back to the school. Guess who picked second in the draft? The Jets. I don't know if there's any correlation there.
There has to be.
There has to be.
Absolutely. You're not the number 2 pick. He's the number 2 pick in the NFL draft. It's Mendoza 1. It's Moore 2. Like, that is set straight in stone because there are so many teams that need a quarterback. The only reason he's going back to school is because it's the Jets at number 2. That's literally it.
I don't think that's only it. Because here's the thing. In the NIL era, he's going to go back. He's going to get paid. He's giving up $50 million. I understand.
He's not making nearly as much as you would as the number 2 pick. Plus for a guaranteed 4 more years.
Hold on. But back this up. This is what's important in the NFL these days, especially when it comes to quarterback money, is that second contract. That is what all of these NFL quarterbacks go to the league for. Maybe Dante Moore is lacking himself. He sees a good Oregon team he can go back to, and he takes 1 more year. Maybe instead of being the number 2 pick, he's the number 1 pick. And now, yes, it doesn't make a decision, but what matters is job security, which the Jets have been horrible for a quarterback to go to. And number 2, the fact that if he goes back and he develops more, he can make it to that second contract in the NFL. Because here's the thing. The money that you make as a rookie, $50 million, that's a fuckload of money. Think about what it's going to be 5 years from now when those dudes, the Mendozas and the Darts and the Cam Wards are all looking for the re-signs, for their max contracts. Dude, they're going to be like $60 million a year. In 1 year, you'll make more than you did in your entire 5 years of your rookie contract. So yes, I think it's a bonehead decision by Dante Moore to go back. I do. But I understand the logic in that if you really don't feel that confident, you really don't think you can make it to that second contract by jumping into the league now, especially to a Jets team that is dysfunctional and, quite frankly, ass. There's no other way to put it, ass. Then
who's to say the Jets
I
will
would back
pick
it
him
up.
next year? That's what I don't understand.
But
and now you're
there's
just
nothing-
not now you're just making yourself 1 year older, and you're not getting that second contract fast.
like I said, I think it's a bonehead decision. I'm just trying to put
very
myself into Dante Moore's shoes on why he would make that
It's
line.
very dumb. No, but what you said was that it doesn't.
He's
the
20 years old.
Yeah, but what you said was that the Jets having the number 2 pick are not the sole reason. It's obvious that that's the sole reason he's not going into the NFL draft. There's no other reason when you're slated as the number 2 pick, no matter what, because it's a 2-quarterback draft, that you don't go unless you don't want to go to that specific team. It's an Eli Manning. It is another Eli Manning move all over again. That's all it is. Except this time he can go back to college and get paid. If he was not making NIL next year, he would be going to the Jets. And guess what? Just because, what if you go back to school? What if you tear your Achilles for a year and then all of a sudden you're not the top pick? What if you have an absolute dog shit year? Next year's draft class, quarterback class, is loaded with talent. I mean, we got Arch Manning. Ed is hoping to come back and produce as an NFL quarterback again. We got, hopefully, Lenore Sellers produced to be an NFL talent again because he's going back to school. But we got loads of quarterback talent coming out in next year's draft. Yeah. And when you're slated as a number 2 guy, no matter what happens, I think this is a completely dumb fucking move. And it's solely because it's the Jets. But you know what? Somebody's going to have to turn around for the Jets one day. It's going to have to happen.
No, it doesn't. It never has to happen. They made the playoffs in 15 years, longest drought in the NFL. And here's the thing. Mark Sanchez was their quarterback, dude. They didn't even have a quarterback when they made that run. That's how
Mark Sanchez was a quarterback when he those 2 seasons. He was a good quarterback. But you're right. All I'm saying is that it is solely because it's the Jets. And it's it's really sad. Jets fans have got to be absolutely livid with the news today. And I don't know what else to say. I mean, I feel bad for you guys.
All I'm saying is Bo Nix went back for another year with Oregon. Turned out pretty well for him. He's the 1 seed in the NFL right now. And he could have been drafted that earlier year. And he decided to go back. He went back to Dan Lanning, and look what happened to him. He went 10th overall in the next draft. He was probably projected late first round whenever he decided
I don't think
to forego.
it happens often.
It doesn't. But when you look at the system, it's the same exact system. It's Dan Lanning. I mean, like you said, barring an injury, I don't see why Dante Moore is not, again, next year in the top 10. Unless he fucking sucks. Because here's the thing.
We've seen it before, though. Drew Howard did it. Drew Howard was slated to be a top pick in the draft, goes back to school, and he's not even going to be a fucking starter. He's not even going to be close to a starter.
Who was that USC quarterback way back in the day? Barkley? Matt Barkley. He was slated to be the number 1 overall. He decided to go back to USC for his senior year. He sucked. And then look at him. He was a perennial backup in the NFL before retiring. So
all I'm saying is
there is a lot of risk.
Nothing is guaranteed. What we projected at the beginning of this college football season ended up being nothing close to what ended up being true. Nobody saw Mendoza being the number 1 overall pick, which he is going to be. And it's really hilarious that he has to go to Vegas and he's the most opposite of a Vegas guy ever. Maybe it'll turn out all right.
Maybe that's good, though. Maybe
it's a good thing. Maybe it's a good thing. But I just don't see him. I don't see Moore being a number 1 or a number 2 pick
next year.
Coming out next year. I just don't see it. He's costing himself a good amount of money. And you know what? I'm not even saying I'm rooting for him at this point. I think it's a pussy ass move. I'm just gonna say it.
You think it's soft?
I think it's fucking soft.
I think it's a big fuck you to Dylan Raiola.
Yeah, I mean Raiola just committed there, but he's coming off a broken fibula. Nobody gives a shit about that. Whatever. Nobody gives a fuck about Dylan Raiola transferring.
He's gonna ride the pine. I mean, look.
Good. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a shit. All these guys.
Dylan Gabriel did it.
All these guys are.
Hell, Dante Moore did it with Dylan Gabriel.
They're transferring everywhere. And then Oregon's quarterback comes back and he's got to ride the pine. He's coming off a broken fibula anyway, so he's probably going to redshirt, get the year back, and then play a whole other season until he's 27 years old. You know? So, anyways, that was big news coming out just because, of course, I think all the Jets fans knew they were going to get bummed at the end of the day.
Oh, 100%.
I think they knew Moore was going back to school.
But do they really want Dante Moore? Is Dante Moore their guy?
I don't know.
Ask Jets fans.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. And now this really sucks for the Giants because the Giants don't have a top 2 pick, and now that means another talent that could have potentially fallen to the Giants at number 5 is going to be taken before them.
It also sucks because now the Giants lost that last game and had the number 1 overall pick. Mendoza is the only quarterback up there that's worth a damn in the top 5.
The Giants
it's going to make that trade value.
The Giants would have had a heyday
With trade value.
It's so disgusting.
So it's a double fuck you to the Giants.
We're done talking about the Giants. We're absolutely we're finished talking about the Giants.
All right, let's get into some of these divisional round games because we have to talk about it. It's the fucking best time of the year. I don't know.
So
I was a kid in the candy store last weekend.
Oh, it was a beautiful slate of games, and there is only one quarterback in the current playoff picture that has a Super Bowl ring: Matthew Stafford. So there is a 7 out of 8 chance we're getting a new Super Bowl champion, which is crazy. But yes, last week's games, especially the first 3 games of the playoff slate, were absolutely incredible. They were must-watch. If you missed them, I'm really sorry for you because you probably shouldn't have missed it. But every game, Carolina Rams came down to the wire. Bears, amazing comeback on the Packers. And then the first game Sunday, Bills coming back in the last 2 minutes against the Jags. And then unfortunately, Sunday night and Monday night really sucked dick.
Big shitters.
And the Eagles also sucked dick. So let's go 49ers.
We'll be seeing you later, Philly. Enjoy Cancun like we are.
Yeah, and enjoy the firing of Kevin Petula because that's what you all
That's their Super Bowl.
Yeah, firing Kevin
I'm surprised they didn't try climb poles. I'm surprised they didn't have the police officers didn't have to grease the fucking traffic poles up.
Yeah, whatever. There's no love lost with Philly being eliminated from the playoffs. We all know that.
Not at all.
So, going in, like we said, amazing slate of games except for the night games. What is your favorite matchup heading into the divisional round?
Bills-Broncos. I mean, and for me, I really wanted this to be the Sunday night game. I really wanted in Mile High, Sunday night football. All the divisional games have wrapped up. And here we go, out to Denver for a cold January night. I was so excited for it, and now we just get it right off rip. I mean, it's first game.
It's kind of weird that they didn't get the Sunday night game because I know Buffalo played Saturday.
1 o'clock.
Or Sunday.
1 o'clock Sunday.
So they should have been Sunday, and then the Bears and the Rams should have been playing the Saturday game.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is weird because they both played Saturday, so you'd think the Bills... They'd give the Bills the extra day of rest because they played on Sunday.
Look at it. It's the stupidest scheduling of all time.
Very weird.
And when you look at it, there's no way in hell that Rams-Bears is drawing more of an audience than Bills-Broncos is.
I don't know. The Bears fans really showed out on Saturday night. The Bears fans...
But you can't tell me Bears-Rams doesn't feel like a afternoon Saturday game.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I do believe that Bills-Broncos should have been the Sunday night game. I'm not disagreeing with you on that at all. And it is weird that they're giving the Bills one last day of rest and the Bears played Saturday. But San Francisco also played Sunday and they're playing Saturday night. So the two teams that were on byes the previous week, which they deserve it, they got the 1 seed, but they're both getting their opponents on 6 days, on what, 5 days rest?
Yeah, maybe that's the advantage.
Yeah, 5 days rest.
Maybe that's the advantage.
They already have an advantage, though, with the rest. They didn't play the week before. And now they're getting a team on 5 days rest compared to what is usually 6. So, but either way, it was going to be kind of messed up because the Monday night game and New England played Monday night, so they couldn't play New England on Saturday. So I kind of understand that. But one of these two games should have been flip-flopped with the Bears and the Rams. Absolutely.
100%. I don't disagree with you at all.
Yep. So we're going to see what Josh Allen is made of. He finally got his first road playoff game win this past weekend against Jacksonville. And it's Josh Allen. This Bills team is the least talented Bills team he's had in the playoffs. The defense is not very good. And Josh Allen was obviously somewhat hurt at the end of the season. And Denver has been sketchy all year. Let's face it. I mean, they're the number 1 seed in the AFC, but they had several games where they had to come back in the last minute or two. And I think this game is going to be a toss-up. I think the line, 1.5, reflects what this game is going to be. It's going to come down to the last couple minutes, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I can't believe the line flipped now. I got Bills plus 1.5. It opened at Bills minus 1.5.
It did. You're right.
So when you look at it this way, it's going to go fucking either way. I mean, I just can't believe from perspective that the Jags were favored by 1.5 last week, and this is the same line. So they're putting the Broncos and the Jags on the same tier of team.
Which is weird.
Which is weird, in my opinion. And also...
But, I mean, let's face it, the Jags were 1 game away from being the 1 seed.
That
so
is
they
true.
were right, and they won 8 straight games. The Jags, the Jags were one of the best teams in the NFL.
Denver's defense is fucking disgusting. I mean, realistically, let's look at it. It's nasty.
They weren't as good down the stretch, though. They were struggling down the stretch a little bit. So I think that's why they think this game is going to be as close as it could be. And we know that the Bills' offense is a strong point. The Broncos' defense is their strong point. And can Bo Nix make some plays? I think that's what it comes down to.
We're going to find out. I mean, I think the Bills are going to win this game. Don't get me wrong. I have a Bills future. I put that in. As soon as the Chargers lost, if you guys don't know, I had a Chargers future from the beginning of the year. That went to the shitter when they decided to put up a shitter against the Patriots last week. So now I've reloaded on my future, and now I'm on the Bills. All over the Bills to win the Super Bowl. So
I think what this comes down to as well is, can Josh Allen turn into Superman? And that's what the story of this playoffs is going to be. Because let's face it, his defense does suck, and his receivers are subpar. Can he make the plays with his feet? Can he make the plays with his legs? And he showed that he did it. He had 2 rushing touchdowns against Jacksonville. And can he do it again against a better Broncos defense than the Jags? And I think you're right. I think he can. And at this point, I'm taking the better quarterback. That's what you got to do. At this point in the season,
the one who's won before.
The better quarterback. Josh Allen is
better.
He's got
a chance to, is he going to win a second road playoff
Josh
game?
Allen is better than Bo Nix. That's not even a
question.
Well,
yeah, that's
what I'm saying. I'm taking the better quarterback. So we can run through the rest of these games real quick, too, because we're winding down. Only 3 other games. San Francisco, Seattle. I mean, Philly blowing that game against San Fran was absolutely disgusting with how depleted San Francisco is. Didn't have Ricky Pearsall in the game. Lost George Kittle to a torn Achilles. Banged up offensive line. San Francisco's defense absolutely sucks, which goes to show how bad Philly's offense was down the stretch. And Seattle's favored by 7 points, and I think that's a pretty fair line compared to what we saw just 2 weeks ago when they were playing for the 1 seed.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it was 3? It was 3, but the game was in San Fran.
Game was in San Francisco.
Niners were +3. I remember because I bet on the Niners and I lost my
We
ass.
all did. We all got absolutely shit pumped.
Well, the Niners offense sucked ass, and they got to hope they
sucked ass is an understatement.
Blue dick.
They blew the biggest dick. They put up 3 points in the most important game of the season.
Yeah, so, I mean, when you look at it, how the hell this 49ers team is here? Ask the 49ers. They don't know.
Christian
McCaffrey.
That's Christian McCaffrey. That's what it is.
It doesn't help that, Tunges and Juszczyk decided to come into the second coming of Kittle after Kittle went out last week, though. Both of them were freaking incredible. So, next man up. That's what I've seen from the Niners all year.
It's also the fact that the Philly offense was just fucking atrocious. A.J. Brown was god-awful in the game, dropping wide-open passes. And I think this game comes down to, can Sam Darnold be a decent quarterback? Can Sam Darnold not throw 2 or 3 interceptions and give Brock Purdy extra chances? Is that what Sam Darnold are we getting is the question.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at both these teams, here's the biggest red flags. The Niners are a hospital. And
their
the Seahawks
defense sucks.
Yeah, well, they're a hospital. Everybody's out. And on the Seahawks side, they don't have a quarterback that they're confident in winning. Now, Sam Darnold, yes, can be great at times.
Sam Darnold has 28 regular season wins in the last 2 seasons.
He can also be fucking horrible.
Abysmal. He could be abysmal. He could be...
Earlier this year, he threw 4 picks in a game.
He could see ghosts.
And the Seahawks still won. He threw 4 picks and Seattle still won.
That also goes to show, though, that they can win when he is bad. Hence why they went 14-3 this year, because he had his bad games. But can Kyle Shanahan outcoach Mike McDonald, who is... only a second-year head coach, second time in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
And can he find a way to maneuver around this Seattle defense that's been really good in the trenches, and make Sam Darnold make some mistakes so that he can have some extra possessions? Because it was a struggle for the 49ers to put up 23 points against Philly. Philly's defense, very good. Seattle's defense, also very good. Now they're going on the road to Seattle. I don't know. After what I saw 2 weeks ago, I have no confidence in the 49ers.
Seattle's prevalence to be able to be successful down this stretch has always been because of their defensive scheme. They've schemed every opponent they played perfectly. And Shanahan got his ass kicked for it earlier this season, like we just saw. The difference is Shanahan knows in the playoffs how to scheme a winning football game. So the question is, can he out-scheme the Seahawks? Can he out-scheme their defense? He couldn't a couple weeks ago.
This is what I literally just said. You just took what I said and said it again.
No, I did not.
People's time is very valuable. That's literally what I just said. I said, get Kyle Shanahan, get around the Seattle defense, and then force Sam Darnold to make mistakes. That's literally what I just said. Verbatim, that's what I just said. Unless you have shit in your ears and you weren't listening to me, that's what I just said.
I don't know. I think Seattle's going to blow him out. I just don't think Shanahan's got it anymore. The Niners are too banged up. There's too much wrong with this team for it to be right. And
I think the Niners cover, but I do think Seattle wins. 7 points is a lot in a playoff game. It is. I mean, that has potential for a backdoor cover. You could be down 10.
It also has the potential for an ass kicking, which I think it's going to be.
We'll see. We'll see what Sam Darnold's made of. So, all right, last two games. We'll get in the first game Sunday. Texans-Pats.
Elite offense versus elite defense.
These two games were absolute beatdowns on their respective ends. Houston absolutely blowing out Pittsburgh, specifically in the fourth quarter. And the Pats just never gave the Chargers any life. What was that, a 19-3 final? I mean, Justin Herbert had no time. 16-3 final. Justin Herbert had no time to throw the ball. His offensive line was atrocious. His receivers were dropping balls all over the place. And they had no chance. They're down both their tackles. The Patriots looked okay. I mean, Drake May made some mistakes. And they only put up 16 points against a Chargers defense that was, middle of the pack throughout the season. But nothing wowed me about that Patriots performance in the first round. So for them to go up against the Texans defense, which is absolutely stout, which gave the Steelers negative life on offense, I think this is going to be a great matchup. I think it's going to be a low-scoring affair, and I think that's what the total reflects, 41.5. And I think the Texans are going to go into Foxborough and come away with a win.
Well, the last two times these teams have faced off in the playoffs, the Pats have blown them out. And
completely different teams, completely different
I understand what you're saying.
Coaches.
I understand what you're saying. But what I'm saying is that history tracks. And when it comes down to it, these teams haven't played a lot recently. They've only squared off twice since 2021. The Patriots, or the Texans won the game last year.
But the Pats were dog shit.
Dog shit. I mean, it was Drake May's first season. So there's not really, when it comes to comparing these teams, we don't have anything on the slate to look at when it comes down to this matchup. You got to look at shared opponents. That's the only thing you can really look at. So,
well, we know that the Patriots had a fucking cakewalk of a schedule all season. They didn't play anybody. They played nobody.
I mean, they both beat the Bills.
The Pats split with the Bills. The Pats also blew a 21-0 lead against the Bills. Don't forget that. They blew a 21-0 lead against the Bills. Let me say this. What does that Houston game look like on Monday night if C.J. Stroud doesn't look clueless on 3 or 4 snaps and that bad interception in the red zone? I mean, that interception in the red zone, I could have thrown a pick that looked better than that. I could not have thrown a pick that looked worse than that. That's what I'll say. That pick he threw in the red zone was atrocious. Fumbled. I think he had 4 or 5 fumbles. Only lost 1 of them or 2 of them. But what does that game look like against the Steelers if they don't turn the ball over? I mean, that's probably 45-6. It blew them out.
Well, their defense stepped up in the fourth quarter.
But that's what I'm saying. Their offense was dog shit, and they won 30-6. I understand the Texans had 2 defensive touchdowns. I don't want to, I'm not taking away from their defense. But don't you think the Texans defense is going to put a lot of pressure on Drake May and on that receiving core that is not stellar by any means? I mean, it's an accused. They're going up against an accused Stephon Diggs. That's got to be playing in his mind. His arraignment was set for after the playoffs. Bullshit. Anyways, there's nothing special about the Patriots receiving core at the end of the day. The Patriots secondary with Derek Stingley Jr. is really good. They're really good up front with Will Anderson Jr. And I don't know. I think the Pats might have trouble scoring the football on Sunday afternoon. That's all I'm saying.
We got Will Campbell. They got Will Campbell, but I mean that's only one offensive lineman.
Yeah, the offensive line for the Patriots is also nothing above par.
You're right. It is. It is nothing above par. But here's the thing: Texans are a lot healthier team than the Chargers are when it comes down to it. So it's going to be a tougher matchup for the Pats. Far none.
Of course,
it's going to be. But Can they not turn the ball? They lost a turnover battle last week. They had 2 turnovers, and the Chargers only had 1. So I think the key for the Pats to win this game is to win the turnover battle, protect Drake May, and honestly, you gotta put up at least 17 points against this defense.
I think it's going to be the race to 17. I really do.
They very well
because if the Pats don't turn it over, the Texans obviously struggle on offense. We've seen that.
So I'll ask you this: you got a playoff game this weekend under center. All the quarterbacks that are available right now in the divisional round.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the person you would least want under center? Sam Darnold or C.J. Stroud? Who do you not want? Because those are the bottom 2. Who you're going out there and you're like, fuck, I don't want this guy under center right now. I wish I had somebody else.
Like if I'm picking 8 quarterbacks, the 8th pick,
the last guy, the bottom of the barrel.
I mean, with the way Stroud looked last week, I think it has to be Stroud.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it has to be.
And never in a million years, if I had to start a franchise tomorrow, I'm taking Stroud over Darnold any day of the week.
It's one game, though. It's one
game. One game is so fucking important.
At this point, and we'll get to an ultimate trio, but I'm taking the Texans defense is what I'm taking. Because they looked, and I understand they played an AARP Aaron Rodgers. I understand that. They played probably the most vanilla offense of all time, who the answer to their offense is Kenneth Gainwell and, hey, let's throw it deep to DK Metcalf. I understand, but I think this is going to be a low-scoring affair. The line is set at 3. Pats are favored by 3. I think the Texans cover. I think it's a field goal game for sure. And I think the Texans can win. I think we could be watching the Texans in the AFC Championship.
Do you really think so?
After starting 0-3.
All right, so earlier this week, we had our producer Peyton shoot his post-reaction to the Texans winning. So we'll go ahead and put that in the clip now.
Yeah, we'll insert now.
The Houston Texans have done it. We have won a road playoff game. The first one in team history. Did I think we were going to do it? No. Was I optimistic because the defense is so great? Yes, and they showed out. And I'll be honest, that offensive performance by the Texans was so bad. It was so bad. Nico Collins got hurt. Stroud looks terrible. It was halftime. I was already telling all types of people, hey, just put Davis Mills in. It looked awful. But thankfully, the defense came up clutch. We play the freaking Patriots next. I mean, that's going to be a shout. They're going to be a shot in the dark to win that one. But, hey, we got a freaking playoff win. And, I mean, earlier in the year when we were talking about the pod, I was in panic mode. I thought it was cooked. I didn't think I'd be making this video, that's for sure. That's my 1-minute rant. See you guys around. Woo!
So it's nice to see a Texans fan excited for once. I mean, we were talking about it. Remember when the Texans were ass at the beginning of the year? Ass. They had a rough start.
They were 0-3.
I know. And Peyton's like, pack it up. We're done. We ain't doing this shit no more.
No, you're never done at 0-3 when you play in the
But what I'm saying is he was so sick of this fucking team. And when it comes down to it, we said we were going to see them Saturday at 4:25, which screw you networks for not doing that to us because we would have loved to see that.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
That was bullshit. But we said we're going to see them. We're going to see them in the first round of the playoffs. Bar none. They're going to figure it out. Their defense is too good. And here we are in the divisional round, and they're only 3-point dogs.
Going up against a playoff virgin quarterback.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm excited. I'm really excited for this game. I think it's going to be low scoring, like I said. But we'll find out Sunday at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So, all right, last game to wrap up the divisional round. Rams at Bears. Bears home divisional playoff game is fucking wild.
Wild.
Absolutely
unbelievable.
Crazy. Ben Johnson just working miracles with his team after coaching a dog shit.
Does he have the most secure job in the NFL right now? Is it him or Vrabel?
Well, I mean, I think there's other coaches who are.
Name me who's
Sean McVay. Rams are never firing Sean McVay. I mean, come on.
Ben Johnson may have the most secure job in the NFL right now.
I don't know. Are the Chiefs ever going to fire Andy Reid?
He's getting old.
No, but that's different. Listen, stuff can go south in the NFL very fast, so that's not even really a question.
I think he's got the most secure job. That's my take.
Sean Payton, with what he did with his Broncos team, I mean, dude, they were losing games 70-20 before he stepped in, and now they're the 1 seed.
All I'm saying is Ben Johnson has been able to out-scheme every opponent he's needed to down the stretch to win the games, to win the fucking division. to have this home playoff game.
With a very talented division, by the way.
Yes.
Who did not have a team with,
less than 7 wins.
The Lions had a losing record. But Vikings finished 9-8. Packers finished 9-7-1. Bears won the division. And
I'm pretty sure the Lions finished 9-8.
No, the Lions. They did because they beat the Bears in the last game of the regular season. So every team with a winning record in the NFC North, right? Or am I forgetting a team?
The Vikings.
The Vikings finished 9-8.
You're going to bother me now. I think they all finished.
Vikings finished 9-8.
Every team finished above 500.
Yeah, and if you would have told me at the beginning of the year that every team in the NFC North finished above 500, and the Bears not only had the best record in the division, but are the last team standing, that's a great turnaround. I love it for Bears fans. They're passionate. We saw them on the game Saturday night with all the cheese graters. Don't know how they got those into the field, by the way.
That's stuck them in.
Very, very bad security. By the way,
I think the Bears security guys were kind of like, you could.
But that place is gonna be rocking on Sunday.
Is it the best football environment this weekend?
It's
Denver, maybe.
No, I mean,
Seattle.
Seattle. These are all these environments are gonna be rocking.
New England.
I think that
we got some good football stadiums.
They're gonna be rocking in Chicago Saturday night or Sunday night, and Bears fans think they can win. Bears fans actually think they can win this game to get to the NFC Championship. They watched what happened with Matthew Stafford in Carolina on Saturday. They watched what happened with Puka Nacua having fucking bricks for hands going into the end zone. And this is the first time in years where the Bears fans believe. They think they can do it. They think they can. They're sniffing the Super Bowl. The Bears are... They're 2 games away.
They're 2 wins away.
They're 2 wins away, and they're going against 37-year-old Matthew Stafford with a broken finger. Well, maybe not broken, but a hurt finger. And I don't know, man. There might be something magical going on in Chicago.
You think they got a little fire under their ass?
I think they got a little fucking juice, and the reason I say that is because I have a future on the Rams.
So this whole thing is because you're fade bullshitty right now.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely because I have a future on the Rams. No, listen. This game...
So was that whole spiel reverse jinx? Was that a huge reverse jinx?
Not a reverse jinx. I did not say the Bears were going to win. I said the Bears...
You said, I think the Bears can win this game.
Listen. They just beat the Packers. Did any Bears fan think at the beginning of the year they were going to beat the Packers in the playoffs? Were they going to beat the Packers in Week 16 to take the lead in the division? No. Nobody thought that as Bears fans. They all thought, hey, let's get to 9-8. Let's have Caleb Williams have a good sophomore season. Ben Johnson show some promise. And here they are at home on a Sunday night in the divisional round. Fucking crazy, man. But I have no read on this game. Like I said, I have a Rams future, so I'm probably boned.
The Rams can't play as bad as they did last week. They can't. They're the odds-on. In my opinion, they're the odds-on. What are they? Are they the odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl? Seattle is. The favorite, yes. So... But the Rams are what, second? Yeah, the Rams, it's plus 270 to plus 320.
The Rams are only plus 320 because of pedigree. Because they have the best coach remaining in the playoffs. Because they have the only Super Bowl winning quarterback left in the playoffs. They have the experience. They have the guys.
You seriously think the Bears can get this done? You are fully in your head think the Bears can get this done. I think the Bears have no shot.
If I wanted to be fun and I didn't have a future on the Rams, I'm betting Bears money line Sunday night. 1,000%.
I can't do it, man. I can't bring myself to the fact of the Bears are going to win this game.
But the Bears find ways to win these games. You're down 21-3, and you're kicking off to start the second half, and you win. The Packers game a couple weeks ago to win the division. They were down. They had to get an onside kick. Nobody recovers onside kicks. They do it, and they win the game. And then, not to mention, they blow the game in Week 18 to clinch the 2 seed, and somehow the bumfuck Eagles also lose their game.
I really can't say shit because in both those games, I bet the Packers heavy units.
So you're telling me...
And I watched my money slip from my hands. So I really think that I just have, personally, and this may be a self-admission, that I have animosity towards the Bears.
So you think that...
Because I've lost a lot of money.
You actually think the Bears have no chance to win this game? You're telling me the Rams are lock it up...
I think they had a bad game against the Patriots.
You're going to sign, seal, and deliver.
I'm not signing, seal, and deliver. That is not the case. I'm not that confident. If I was that confident, I'd take it in my ultimate trio. But I'll tell you this: I really think that the Bears are going to put up a good fight, yes. But I also think the Rams played like shit last week against Carolina.
I think it's going to be a fun game.
Fun game. I don't disagree.
I think it's going to be a fun.
But I think the Rams,
Puka
Nacua is not going to have those brick hands next week.
You're right.
Matthew Stafford has a whole week to heal his finger up and feel better. He hurt that in the fucking game.
Rams special
and he had to deal with it.
Rams special teams have to be better.
Have to be better.
They gave
Can't
up a
get
block punt.
punt.
Yeah. And they got to make plays. If the Rams want to get to the NFC Championship, they've got to make plays.
Yeah, and I think they're going to. I think Kyron Williams is going to have a hell of a game. I mean, we got to look at all their faults from last week. They have so much room to get better. The Bears really don't. The Bears had to fucking pull their ill will shit out of the can, bottoms up, had to get the fuck back into it. They had no choice. Their backs were as against the wall as they possibly could. And Caleb Williams looked fucking incredible in the fourth quarter.
That throw on fourth down.
Insane. So I'm not discrediting the Bears. I'm just saying the Bears didn't have much room to improve from last week because they pulled all their stops out to come back and win that game. The Rams have so much to improve on.
I think the Bears, these two teams are both not great on defense. Their secondary stink. I watched the guy on the Bears, number 6. I understand he was hurt because the commentators said it every single fucking time he got toasted. They're like, oh, he's not that bad. He's just injured. Okay, say it again. I heard it 6 times. I need to hear it a 7th. It doesn't matter. If you're hurt and you're out there getting burned every single play, you're getting burned. This is not the playoffs. You don't get a token back for being hurt. You don't get 25 yards back because you're hurt. No, fuck that. This is the fucking playoffs. If you're out there, you're out there. And guess what? Nobody's taking it easy on you because you're hurt. We're fucking throwing on your ass. We're running 4 verts. We're launching that ball deep. We're going. And I think whatever team decides they want to buckle down in the secondary is going to end up victorious in this game. I think that's what it's going to come down to.
We will see. 6:30 kick on Sunday. I think it's time we get to our ultimate trio. And obviously, you guys haven't heard from Peyton this episode. He's not in the booth with us tonight. So we have his picks. We did our picks through text earlier. So that's how we've been doing it the last 2 weeks, especially with Johnny being as sick as he was. So we're going to go with spread first. Peyton had the first pick. And I don't know, you want to read the picks?
Yeah, so Peyton took the Bills plus 1.5, which I think is a good pick. Like I said, bet on Josh Allen. That if you want to be safe, bet on Josh Allen, bet on the best quarterback.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
All right, and then I was next. And I said this because I really, truly believe that the Niners are just fucking beyond hurt. And I wish that they were. I wish they were healthy because I think they would be favored in this game if they had all their guys. Mm-hmm. No doubt. But
they wouldn't be favored on the road. It doesn't matter.
I think Sam Darnold's got a money game in him. So I went Seattle -7. I think Seattle's going to win this game by 10,
all right.
14. I'm going to bet it. I'll probably regret it, but
you're gonna bet him, and then you're gonna see Brock Purdy right there on the 5-yard line in the first drive of the game, throwing a little dump.
I placed a 2-leg parlay. I won a bunch of bonus bets on DraftKings, and I placed a parlay on Christian McCaffrey anytime touchdown parlay with Bills money line. So that is a real bet that exists for me. So I would like to see CMC get into the end zone.
Sprinkle it everywhere.
Oh yeah.
All right, my pick is going to be Texans +3. Defensive game. I think if C.J. Stroud does not have a horrendous game, it's going to be close.
So we need to talk about the standings. Peyton's at 27, and we're tied. I've blown this lead. We didn't even talk about the fact that I've blown.
Well, we can talk about it after. Let's run through the rest of these picks.
All right. I went Texans Pats over 40.5.
Which I think is going to be an under.
Everybody thinks it's going to be an under. Everybody thinks it's going to be an under.
Yeah.
Everybody and their mother, so I'm fading the public.
All right, fade him. All right, I took over in the Rams-Bears 48.5. I think this is going to be a nice little shootout. We've seen it with the Bears all season. Rams can put up points over 48.5.
It's a good pick.
And then Peyton is taking the under in Seattle-San Francisco at 45.5. So I think that's also a good pick. Like you said, Niners are banged up on offense. Sam Darnold playoff game, don't know what's going to happen, but under 45.5 for Peyton. Anytime touchdowns, I'm taking Colston Loveland. So going against my Rams future, I don't want to see Colston Loveland score a touchdown. But let me say this. If I somehow lose my Rams future, I'm all in on the Bears. I'm a Bears fan.
Are you going to bet the Bears to win the Super Bowl?
I'm all in on the Bears.
Are you going to bet the Bears to win the Super Bowl?
No, I'm just going to root for them to win the Super Bowl. Because
I'm already rooting for them now.
They've been miserable for so long. And the only reason I'm not rooting for them is because of my future.
They got to win the NFC West tournament. If they win the NFC... Do they have to automatically move the Bears to the NFC West next year? That should be like a guarantee. They just got to take them out of the North and move them to the West.
I don't know. We'll see. But Colston Loveland, I like He's emerging as Caleb Williams' favorite target, and I think he's going to get in the end zone.
All right, I'm going DJ Moore plus 300. So 2 points.
So you're Bears. You're Bears too.
I'm Bears too. I'm going for the 2-pointer. I'm going for the 2-pointer. I need it. I want it. I gotta have it.
Okay.
That's all.
All right.
DJ Moore scored last week. Why can't he score again this week?
Wow, just because you scored last week doesn't mean you.
I'm just saying.
This week.
Go back to the well.
And then who?
Peyton went Troy Franklin. Plus 340. So he's also going for 2 points. But
okay, but
Troy
you're right.
Franklin plus 340.
So standings update. So last week I got 2 points. Peyton got 2 points as well?
Yeah.
I can't remember. But you're right. We're tied up at the top.
31-27.
Peyton's down 4.
Down 4.
All right. Tight race coming down. So, if we get a 0-3 and a 3-0, shit.
You know what fucking sucks? I've had the lead all year. Like, I legit have not been tied. I've had the lead since week 1. And I have gone 0 for 3, 1 for 2, 0 for 3, 0 for 3.
You're not.
I told you,
you're not a playoff performer.
Ever since I had my fucking shtick about how I'm so far ahead of you guys, I've been an ass.
You're not a playoff performer.
No,
not a playoff performer.
I'm ass.
So, all right, let's wrap it up. Let's get into our stink bomb of the week.
Yeah. So I have a minor stink bomb, and then I have a pretty big one. My minor one is that the Cardinals traded Nolan Arenado yesterday to the Diamondbacks.
Long-time Cardinal.
For legit a bag of chips for a right-handed pitcher.
He's old. He's washed.
For a right-handed pitcher who had a 5.5 ERA last year.
It's clear.
Is Nolan Arenado really that bad?
It's clear
We
money.
trade him for a right-handed pitcher who's never going to see the majors with a 5.5 ERA.
It's clear money. You're just clearing.
Yeah, but that's disgusting. Like, you got to get something. Like, at least get.
How old is Nolan Arenado? Like 35?
34.
34, 35.
So, nice 34. So, I mean, it's just. I'm just so fucking sick of this Cardinals team, man. It fucking stinks. It's the biggest definition of ass cheeks. So, here's my real stink bomb of the week. So, I'm out. Johnny and I, obviously, we mentioned we work together outside of the podcast, too. But I drive a white truck now, which is Johnny's old truck. And we were riding the truck for a little bit while I was training with him. And this fucking AC unit on the dash, this thing fucking whistles like a motherfucker. Like I don't even want to make the noise because it would just, you guys are listening and it's just a pain. Imagine the highest pitched whistle.
It's really not that bad.
It's really annoying.
It's really
annoying. And Johnny disagrees. He's like, I've been dealing with it forever. Maybe I'm just being a baby. But I'm really sensitive to noises. Like, shit really bothers me if I hear... Like, if I'm sleeping in bed at night and I hear a ring or something, I'm not sleeping. There's no chance. White noise? Fuck that. I've already been over that. I can't do noise. I like dead silence, and I like it pitch black. I can do the TV on sometimes, but no noise. That shit's got to be muted. I don't want to hear anything. This truck rings bad, and I'm in the truck all day. So I took it to the shop. It was in the shop for 3 days. I'm in my car yesterday. I'm driving. There it goes. The noise comes back. It was in the shop for the noise. Now, obviously, the fucking mechanics couldn't figure it out. And they couldn't. They called me and said, hey, we can't really figure it out. We're going to try this. We'll see if this works. If it doesn't work, call us. I ain't bringing it back to the shop because I lost my work truck for 3 days last week. Thank God you had the flu. I was able to drive yours.
Thank God I had the flu?
I'm saying...
Are you serious? Are you serious?
I'm saying for work purposes.
That's bullshit.
For work purposes, it was nice.
Thank God Johnny had the flu. Thank God.
All right,
I mean, just pray Jesus. My brother's on his deathbed, right?
That's not what I meant. You know what I meant.
It came out very wrong.
It came out very wrong. But I had to drive the red truck last week, and...
You're going way off the rails with this.
Because you pissed me off saying thank God.
I pissed you off. You said, thank God I had the flu. Yeah, it's going to piss me off. Of course I'm going to make a comment. You think I'm going to let that... Thank God you had the flu. You think I'm going to let that slide?
Well, I'm only saying because I needed a truck, and yours just wasn't being put to use. The only thing you were putting to use last week was the tissues and your pillow. That was it. All right. What you were saying, Mom?
Was there even an end to that story?
Yeah, the whistle's back.
Oh, it's all the way back?
It's all the way back.
I tuned you out after you said, thank God I had the flu.
The whistle's all the way back.
All right, so yeah, my stink bomb. So I had the flu. That was god-awful. And so I basically spent all day in bed for a week, which was terrible. I tried to go back and play basketball last night, and I was a shell of myself. I was training for a half marathon. I was up to almost 8 miles. That's all cooked. That's in the shitter. And the marathon's in the half marathon's in like a month. So I might as well just mail it in at this point. I might as well walk it.
Might as well.
I might as well walk it, which is fine. My training's dog shit. But the worst thing that came out of this was the sleep schedule got bummed. The sleep schedule got fucked so hard that I go to bed Sunday night, and it's the first night I got to wake up for work again. You got to get up early, and I'm staring at the ceiling fan until 6 a.m. Can't sleep. It's so screwed. Every little thing's bothering me. I'm hearing cars go by on the highway. The room's too bright because of a street light that's outside of my room. I'm rolling around, and when you're laying at the ceiling fan, you can't sleep. Hours go by in minutes,
And it sucks because I wish it was like that in school, back when we were in school.
It's brutality. I went downstairs. I'm like, all right, let me take a walk. But the worst thing is when you can't sleep, you can't look at the clock. Looking at the clock's the worst.
Makes you feel worse.
Well, I go by the microwave, and the fucking microwave just read. It read 5:32. And I'm coming off. I'm fresh out of being sick, so I'm like, I can't not get sleep. So then I'm stressing myself out. Listen, that was awful. Very next night, after no sleep, I'm laying in bed. 4 a.m.
Last night?
This was Monday night now. Oh. This was Monday night. So I got insomnia again. You're back. I'm back.
Because now you're rolling your head back.
Now I'm on my head. I can't. Now I'm cooked. And so the flu fucked me.
My friend, that's why they make a great drug called Xanax.
I need something. I need some tranquilizer. I need my fiance to just take a trank and just shove it, just stab me before I go to bed so I can just pass out. I'm cooked. I just told myself I got to make it to Friday night and we got to just make it through this week. I got 2 more days of work. I can make. I know tonight birds are going to be chirping. I'm going to watch the sunrise. Maybe have an early breakfast. We're gonna be fine. We just gotta get through the week. Gotta get to the weekend, and I'll get the sleep schedule right. But yeah, it's not good. I'm dragging ass a little bit. So.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
You sound fine tonight. You sound pretty emphatic.
You said it. Thank God I had the flu, right?
No.
Unbelievable.
You're gonna use that against me.
Yeah, you're getting used. Yeah, that's getting used. Oh. So, all right. Well, cool. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in again, and happy to be back. Sorry for the 2-week break. Sorry I had the flu, and we'll be back next week with hopefully after watching some exciting divisional round games and more fun playoff matchups.
Peyton, you better be ready. Those donuts are getting closer and closer.
You're blowing it. You're blowing the lead.
Peace.